Hey, what's up, Faithbox? Welcome to day 18 of the theme on wonder. And today we have a scripture today. It's actually one of my favorite verses, and I'll explain why in just a second. But it's Proverbs 25:2. By the way, if I haven't met you yet, my name is Ricky. I live in New York City. I'm a pastor of a church here in New York. And so welcome to Faithbox. If you're new to the Faithbox community, for those of you who've been around for a while or familiar with who I am, great to see you again. So Proverbs 25:2, here's what it says. It is God's privilege to conceal things and the king's privilege to discover them. It says God will often conceal a matter or hide the purpose of something deep beneath the surface so that we may wonder, search, and discover. Rather than get frustrated with this, we should consider it God's invitation to us to wonder. Interestingly, King Solomon, who wrote this proverb, describes it as a privilege to wonder. In fact, to wonder is attributed as something reserved for an ability. In other words, those who wonder and explore are on the pathway to experiencing higher levels of success and recognition. Your ability to wonder and marvel and admire are all gifts given to you by God. Take time today to reflect on these gifts and discover what God may be speaking to you. Yeah, like I said, I love this verse and I love this devotional and I love kind of the perspective and the way it connects it to wonder, right? Like it is God's privilege to conceal things and it is the king's privilege to discover them. That's really what wonder is about, isn't it? Wonder is like, hey, where is this thing? Hey, what's going on? Hey, how do I understand this? And the way Solomon describes it is like, it is a king's privilege to discover those things, to search for those things, to find those things out. Now, part of the reason why I love this verse is because I have a naturally curious mind. From time to time, people will say to me, man, you know so much about the Bible, or you know so much about this thing, or you know this random, my wife makes fun of me because my YouTube history is filled with all sorts of random videos that I watch, tutorials, bits of pieces of information, seemingly useful or useless information. But I have a curious mind. I'm like, hey, what about this? Why is this the way it is? How is this? Like, it could be about anything. So for instance, we traveled this summer and we had a layover through the Phoenix airport. We were there for a long period of time. And it just made me wonder, how is this city in the middle of the desert so large? Why is it so significant? And I just started reading. I spent like 30 minutes reading online about the history of Phoenix, and just out of curiosity. And so, I am naturally a curious person. The same is true, with scripture. When I want to know or understand something about God, it's my curiosity that gets the best of me and says, hey, let me keep digging. Let me keep exploring. Let me keep searching. Let me keep discovering what God is saying or what God is doing and how God is working in my life. And so wonder is really about that. Wonder is one's ability to say, God, what are you doing? And I'm going to go look for answers. God, how are you working? And I want to see you where you're at. I want to find you on this road. I want to meet you on this path. I want to locate where your hand is, where your heart is, and I want to be there with it. And so let me encourage you, if you find yourself frustrated, you're not sure, you're not certain where God is, what's going on, or why things are that way, let me just say, hey, this is an opportunity for you, as Solomon said, to kind of increase. God has entrusted something reserved for nobility to you. And it's now an opportunity for you to search it out, to seek it out, to discover those things, whatever it is that God has, and to increase certainly your awareness and your recognition of God. And in return, God will increase your recognition and your honor before others. So I hope you guys have a great Christmas. We're 1 week out. Hopefully this week is not too chaotic. Remember to slow down, remember to enjoy the season, and remember to wonder about the things that God is doing in your life. So other than that, hope you guys have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow with day number 19.